Taking Stock with Pimm Fox and Carol Massar. On demand via our Bloomberg Radio Plus app. Free for iPhone and Android devices.
Coming up on Taking Stock, we're going to take stock of luxury real estate.
We are indeed. Sales of previously owned U.S. homes climbing in June to an 8-month high, but we're going to take stock of a luxury sales market, Miami.
Yes, Southern exposure. We're going to talk about trends in the brokerage industry. Also take a look at the residential real estate market in Palm Beach.
Yep, we got some great stuff coming up.
In the club where the heat is on, all night on the beach till the break of dawn. I'm going to Miami.
Welcome to Miami.
Well, actually, she left Miami to come to us and be in our Taking Stock studio. Senada Adžem is Director of Luxury Sales, and she is doing so at Douglas Elliman. I can't even speak on this Tuesday. I'm excited to have you here because last time we were in Palm Beach when we talked about what was going on in the market, and the marketplace at that point was pretty hot. But what's happened in the last year?
The market has changed dramatically over the past year since you were in Palm Beach, Carol.
Dramatically to the upside?
Dramatically to the upside with some cautionary tales along. So what's happened lately is that different people are buying. We're seeing even more foreign money flowing in, not just from Latin America, but from Russia. Any type of turmoil that happens internationally impacts us tremendously, not just in the financial markets, but in the real estate markets. So we're seeing that. The prices had gone up. However, what has happened now is a huge surge in inventory that we are a little bit concerned about. So you have to know where to buy, what to buy, how much to spend, and what to budget for.
Senada, you didn't start out in the real estate business. You came to the United States when you were 18 years old. Tell people a little bit about your story.
Well, I didn't expect that question, but...
That's a Pimm question.
That's a great Pimm question. I actually came from bomb shelters in Sarajevo, Bosnia-Herzegovina. I was there during the war. And I was lucky enough to meet the U.S. ambassador to Bosnia, whose name is John Menzies. And he helped me get a scholarship here in the United States. And I was just very thrilled and honored, really.
And in Miami and in South Florida now, do you meet many people who have a similar background to yours, and as a result, they want some kind of property in the United States?
Very similar stories, obviously with completely different, circumstances. I see a lot of people from Brazil who are just concerned being targets of violence and wanting to be able to enjoy their wealth. They worked hard for it, so they want to wear their jewelry, they want to drive their nice cars. So everyone has their different story, but just like me, we love the freedom that we can enjoy in this country and the ability to not worry and not look over our shoulder what's going to happen next.
So turmoil means more money comes in.
Absolutely.
Talk to us about some of your typical properties, Senada, that you would be, showing at any given time right now.
So we have some very unusual properties, such as the $35 million mansion in Boca Raton that has the exact replica of USS Starship Enterprise.
I've seen the pictures. Yes, Pimm.
I think you would love it, Pimm. And to say $800,000 pre-construction projects in Miami that people very much like to buy as an investment.
The St. Regis in Bal Harbor.
Yes.
$25 million?
Yes.
What was that property like?
Those were actually 5 different properties in the building that one of my Russian clients decided to buy actually just before the turmoil started over there. And he felt it's a great investment for him, so I ended up picking different properties that he can end up reselling.
These are cash purchases typically?
These are all cash purchases. What we've seen with ultra high net worth clients is that they buy cash, and the only type of loans that they really use is structured financing and asset-backed loans.
You mentioned about a lot of units, and I think, before we started going, you mentioned about more than 27,000 units right now, and you've got to be very smart in terms of how to make the right purchase. Are you a little concerned about, in terms of the trends you're seeing, that there could be a little bit of a bubble because there's been overbuilding again, potentially?
Potentially there is. a bit of a kind of scary and murky waters developing just because of such a huge number of units.
There's a lot of cranes around again.
A lot of cranes, a lot of construction, and with 27,000 units coming on the market and 157 towers coming on the market means more traffic. So you really have to know which properties to look into, where in Miami or South Florida you want to be.
So where do you want to be?
I think depending on whether you're buying as an investment, as a retirement home, as a vacation residence, and whether you're buying it for you and your family or as an investment again. So there are many variables. If you're a family, you certainly want to go to Palm Beach. If you are looking for an investment and to have a little fun, you want to go to Miami.
Pimm?
Tell us about the development 1000 Ocean in Boca Raton.
Well, it's the hottest development in all Palm Beach County, actually. And what we've seen there is one of the unusual stories during the recession. Blackstone ended up acquiring the entire Boca Resort back in 2005 and made a tremendous investment, not in terms of just the purchase price, but the renovations. And they built this gorgeous building that was a big gamble. And in real estate, you have to be cautious of whether it's going to be a gamble. In their case, they were very smart and they made a lot of money. But right now, that property, which was anticipated to average only $1,000 per square foot, is now over $1,500 per foot.
Thank you very much. This is Taking Stock. I'm Pimm Fox, my co-host Carol Massar. You're listening to Bloomberg Radio.
And we are talking with Senada Adžem. She's Director of Luxury Sales at Douglas Elliman, normally based in Florida, but she joins us in our Taking Stock studio. So when you look at the next 6 to 12 months, do you see that the level of activity, Senada, that you're seeing now, that will continue?
I think it's going to continue. What the previous experience has taught me is that we're in a new cycle, and we're sort of back in 2003 when it comes to real estate. And people are poised
back in 2003, okay.
That's correct. So people are poised to make a lot of money over the next 2 to 3 years, and then we need to start with a cautionary tale again.
I wonder if you could just describe some of the innovative marketing strategies that you've employed, whether it is including a Rolls-Royce Phantom automobile with the purchase of a home, making sure that you have a luxury yacht docked at a home so that potential customers can have drinks on the yacht, and then also parties that you throw with, I believe, the Venus and Serena Williams,
yes,
in order to sort of turn the real estate process into more than just a transaction.
Yes, well, selling real estate can be a very stressful and emotionally taxing process for most of the clients. And even with the ultra high net worth clients, they find it a daunting task. So they come to me and say, please help me. I don't know how to go about this. And it's sort of the elephant in the room. They're nervous. They're stressed about it. We're dealing with our money. We're dealing with our emotions. So when I go to them, I have to produce results. And in order to get people's attention now, when there's, just so much information out there, you have to catch it with what they're used to and familiar with. An ultra high net worth client will like the idea of a Rolls-Royce Phantom. A big boater will love the idea of a Riva, 75-foot Riva, docked at the property. And guess what? If someone like that wants to look at properties that are underwater, I'll get a boat. I'll call in a favor, put him on a nice Riva, and show him properties from the water.
See, Carol's all ready for this.
I'm fascinated, though. These high net worth individuals, I just assume they're like, here's the money we've got. Here's what we've got. Let's just do the deal. I don't have a lot of time. But that's not the case.
Not the case at all. In fact, the wealthier the clients are, the more complex the transactions are. Sort of the more money you have, the more problems you have.
I know you can't reveal who you're all dealing with, but you're talking about what kind of clients? A lot in the financial industry, a lot of...
Unfortunately, I cannot disclose any names. I pride myself in privacy.
I wouldn't ask for that.
Yes, but a lot of my clients are retired entrepreneurs, diplomats, people from, say, Brazil or the Middle East who are looking to either just put their money to work where they're not going to live here, or they want to be able to come and visit and, like we said, enjoy their Rolls-Royce Phantom or a Bentley that they've worked hard for.
Have you sold any high-end properties to people sight unseen, people that just do this all remotely?
Yes. Yes.
What would be an example? You don't have to give a name, but I'm just curious about, let's say, the scale of the property. I mean, would they just go in and buy several of them, or they send
$20
someone
million
with them, or they
property
just
and
trust you to make the deal for them?
I've worked with them long enough for them to trust me, not just to select the property, but also the floor plan and the floor height. I've recently handled a $7 million transaction like that. And what I really enjoyed doing is knowing which materials to pick for them that they're going to like. So you have to know their tastes and understand that when the property is built, because in this instance I'm referring to a pre-development project, they're going to be thrilled. And after that, they are looking to me to help them with an interior designer, with a concierge company. So it's really a lifestyle. The days of real estate as we knew it are long gone. To sell a property, like you mentioned, Pimm, you have to throw innovative parties. I'll sometimes do even a very fabulous bikini contest because I'll attract young hedge fund managers who'll want to be judges, or I'll throw a very elegant party with, different partners such as Mercedes or Riva, and bring all of our different clients there. And they all love it because they get to mingle with like-minded people. They get to meet, sort of expand their circles.
Not cookies at the open house, is it?
No more cookies. You better
Just
serve
kidding.
Dom Perignon, and you better have some interesting people there.
Well done. I want to thank you very much for spending time with us. Senada Adžem is the Director of Luxury Sales for Douglas Elliman in Boca Raton, Florida. This is Taking Stock on Bloomberg.
Taking Stock, weekdays at 2 p.m. Eastern. In New York on Bloomberg 1130. In Boston on 1200 AM and 94.5 FM HD2. Or on Sirius XM Satellite Radio Channel 119. Copyright 2014, Bloomberg LP.